Well, hello and welcome to the fourth and last part of the course, which I'm calling um, Human Nature and the Social Order. As I've said before in previous videos, there are areas of philosophy that are very well defined. That is, subject areas in philosophy, philosophy of art or aesthetics, moral philosophy, epistemology, metaphysics, and many others. Those are just major ones. And a big one is political philosophy. Uh, I've also said that these categories don't come first in this class. What comes first are texts written by great philosophers, great authors, who come first in the sense that we don't think about the categories first. We think about the works first. We think about Plato's Republic, or we think about the Enchiridion, or we think about the doors of perception, and then we see how they lead us into certain particular directions in philosophy. And I think that's the best way to approach it. So the last part of the course is similar, except that it's not different really, but it is an exploration of political philosophy, but also the philosophy of human nature, which I think is very closely allied with political philosophy. I'll tell you why. The philosophy of human nature, if there is such a thing, and it's certainly not as well defined an area of philosophy as political philosophy or epistemology or something like that. The philosophy of human nature is an exploration of what it means to be human and what the most essential aspects of humanity are. Almost like a philosophical anthropology, sometimes it would be called. Political philosophy is a theory of the state, theory of human government, theory of the political structures of social life. And it is a tradition in classical philosophy, at least, to sort of base the latter on the former. That is, if we're asking what is the best form of the state for human beings, the best form of political, best political structure for human beings to live within, then we should know and have an idea about what human beings are. That is, political philosophy really should flow from philosophy of human nature. And that's really how it was done in the classical period. That is how Plato would do it, certainly how Aristotle did it. And so I think that the last part of the course is just, on the one hand, is an exploration of Hobbes, Locke, Rousseau, and Sartre, but on the other hand is really obviously a concentration or a emphasis on political philosophy. And each one of the things that I've chosen is written as a work of political philosophy, but also an exploration of human nature that acts as a prelude to that political philosophy. That is, the ideas that we see in these authors about how human beings should order their social lives are based upon the author's opinions on what they think human beings are, or at least what they think the most prominent features are. And so their conception of human nature will certainly, to one degree or another, determine their conception of the best form of the state or the nature of government or the nature of political or civil society itself. So we go from Hobbes, who has quite an interesting and cynical view of human nature, to Sartre, who thinks there is no such thing as human nature, and in both cases, certain political consequences flow from that. So I think it's an extremely interesting topic to explore, and this is how we'll end the course, reading these really great authors.